Did you ever had the experience of wanting to go to the gym, but it was impossible to get out of the couch? This is because of the law of dopamine, and it is as real as the law of gravity. For all of us, it is so obvious that when I drop these headphones from here, they will land on my hand. This is a physics law that we are learning from when we were 12 years old, but no one ever taught us about the law of dopamine. The law of dopamine exists for every single one of us every single day. And you can use, actually, you are using right now in your life without this even being your experience or your choice. We all know that gravity will perform its action without this being your choice or without you actively thinking about it. The same way, the law of dopamine will manipulate your life, your choices, and your direction without this being in your mind. You can direct it if you want, but if you don't, it will direct you. I manifested that only the right people that are ready to change will come to this video. The fact that you click this thumbnail, over thousands of them that you saw in front of you, means that you are in the right place. And this video will be the cornerstone that you will shift realities. So I want you to go full screen, focus on this one video, and when you finish, this is a series of dopamine detox videos. This is the day 8. And you can go to the description and you can find the rest in order for you to manipulate the law of dopamine. Everything is a vibration around you and everything has a frequency. Every time that you are interacting with a different human being, they are giving their frequency to you and you are giving the frequency to them. Let me show you how this works. Okay, that's low as fuck. This is you and this is your vibration. And this is human beings around you. This might be your father, your girlfriend, and your friends. And these people are giving their vibration to you. And based on the vibration that you hold, everything changes in your life. From what you want to do, your discipline, and your law of attraction, which is a whole different video that I have on the channel. When you watch Netflix or when you scroll, actually you see other human beings. Even though these human beings are not in your vicinity, still the Netflix show or the scrolling has their own vibration, and this vibration interacts with your vibration, but Netflix can change your vibration. Based on your vibration, things are moving towards you or away from you. As human beings, my decision is being magnetized by two principles, pleasure and pain. And your brain is being manipulated every day to change the pleasure-pain dynamic. We discussed multiple times that your life is being governed by pleasure and pain. This means that your vibration will change based on your pain and pleasure. Every single moment your mind wants to do something that has a small amount of pain and huge amount of pleasure. You know what has huge amount of pleasure? Fucking TikTok. Why? Because you have a variable reward, which means that in every new TikTok you might get garbage or you might get something spectacular that you will show to your friend. So this creates a massive addiction and pleasure for you to discover the next TikTok. Because law of dopamine teaches us that dopamine doesn't come from you getting the reward, but for you anticipating the reward. And TikTok has a great algorithm of anticipation. At the same time, your brain, not your vibration, wants you to avoid pain. And what has the minimum zero pain? TikTok. So we have one activity that has maximum pleasure and minimum pain. What you will want to do every single day? This activity. Did you ever had whole evenings, 1 hour, 2 hours, 4 hours, that you scroll away your life and you were so disgusted at some point that you had to stop? This is called cessation and is part of the law of dopamine. I want to give you a micro exercise. You can do it right now in your head or even better write it down. For every one of your actions that you want to do but you don't actually do, like going to the gym, meditating, working on your craft, I want you to write 2 clear pain points that these things create in your head. For example, for the gym will be I have to drive and it needs a lot of energy. For meditating will be I have to sit down for 15 minutes and I don't have time. It doesn't matter what it is, write it, don't judge yourself and understand. And this will start giving you a clear picture of the pain-pleasure dynamic, which is the cornerstone for the law of dopamine. I want you to get clear, because I guarantee you that if you don't take action, you have to be associating pain on this action and not enough pleasure. So getting clear, even better, writing down, is the cornerstone of you understanding yourself, which will allow you to manipulate the law of dopamine. I want to give you a story about this great sermon. People came to his church and they hear this great sermon and everyone lost it and it was great. And then he came back next week and gave the exact same sermon. And then third week gave the same sermon again. After the fifth week of giving exactly the same sermon, some of the elders in the room decided to pull him aside and ask him if he's okay. Did you ever notice that some of your sermon is pretty much identical to what you said the day before and the week before and the other week before? And without him being frustrated or anything, he looks at them and smiles and says, I'm gonna keep saying exactly the same sermon until you guys start actually applying it. If you keep hearing the same things again and again and again, there might be a reason that you're watching these videos even though there is not any absolutely new information, and the actual problem is that you're not really applying it, which is exactly what I was doing in my life. I was just consuming information without actually changing my behavior. Next step for you to actually change is for you to write down all the pleasure you got by you not following through and doing the habits that you want to do. Because, for example, if you want to diet and you actually not follow through your diet and you eat this chocolate, then you're getting a lot of pleasure out of that, right? So not only diet gives you a lot of pain and misery, but also not dieting, it gives you a lot of pleasure. So what do you think the law of dopamine will do in your head? Will tell you to not follow your diet because it has high pain, low pleasure. That's the opposite of what your brain wants. This is the part that I do every single time when I'm reluctant to do something. I write down all the pain and the pleasure that reverses my actions from what I actually want to do. After that, I want you to do the key secret step for law of dopamine. I want you to write down what will happen for you if you don't do the action for the next 3 years. For example, not going to the gym or having a bad diet for 3 years, or not working on your craft for 3 years. I want you to write down what will be the pain from the remorse, from how your body will be, for how your mind will be, for if you will be free, or if you will stay stuck to where you are right now. The game that we are playing is that we are associating a lot of pain on you not taking action. This is the moment that you start taking control of the law of dopamine instead of the law of dopamine taking control of you. I want you to write what will cost you on your finances, what will cost you on your self-esteem, what will cost you on your body, your health, your vitality, or your freedom. I want you to deeply analyze how your life will be if you stop taking the right actions. I want you to deeply hone it down. I don't want you to go superficial and be like, oh, it will cost you money. Oh, I will not have a good life. I want you to deeply create psychological pain on you not taking the action. Because that way you're associating a lot of pain on you scrolling and you're associating a lot of pain on you not going to the gym. You need to understand that what drives us is our emotions, not our intellect. So you need to get emotional about it. You need to use the ultimate fuel that you have within you, which is your emotional state. How it will cost you and how this will make you feel if you don't get the results that you want in the next 1 year, 2 years, 3 years of your life. And this is the final key. I want you to take this action, for example, going to the gym, and write down what it will give you, what is the pleasure if you take this action right now. What is the massive pleasure that you will get now, in 1 year and in 3 years, and how you will feel about yourself. And again, I want you to focus on your emotions, which is the driver of life. So now I want you to associate massive pleasure on you going to the gym, massive pain of you not going to the gym, and massive pain of you scrolling and zero pleasure of you scrolling. It is, you're reversing your whole Neuro-Association. And every time you're playing this game, every time that you actually take the action that you want to take, like being creative, meditating, going to the gym, you are changing your Neuro-Association and you're going one step closer of you directing the law of dopamine instead of the law of dopamine directing you. That's it, brother. If this makes sense for you and if you got value, you are all the way here, please like, subscribe, and write down what is your biggest vice, like alcohol, gaming, or scrolling. This will help me and this algorithm to spread this message to more people. And you can find right here the series of all the dopamine detox videos. We have 15 videos. This is the day 7. And by watching every one of these days, you will be able to hone in these lessons and actually start using them in your life. So yeah.